Welcome back. In the last section, we talked about the client-server model and we explored how the web works. And we also saw how HTTP is used as a language in the web. Prior to that, we set up our environment and created our very first HTML file. You might remember how we just typed exclamation mark and pressed tab or enter, and it gave us a full HTML structure, just like what you see right now. Now in this episode, we're going to slow down a bit and actually understand what that structure means. We're gonna go through it line by line, and I'll explain what each part does. We will also introduce some basic HTML elements that you will be using all the time. As always, you can refer back to a reference website for a summary and a roadmap. Everything that we talk about inside the videos, I have a detailed summary inside this webpage. And the details here are even much more than the video, so I keep the videos simple. Alright, so now that we have this HTML template here, at the first line, as you can see, we have this DOCTYPE HTML. So this first line might look a little weird. It says DOCTYPE HTML. It's not actually HTML. It's just a declaration that tells the browser, hey, this is an HTML file document. So it just declares the document type. It helps the browser know which rules to follow when rendering the page. If you leave this out, things might still work, but some browsers may behave unpredictably. So always keep it at the top. Then in the next line, we have HTML. So this is the root of your HTML document. Everything, all the content goes inside this HTML tag. HTML tags usually contain two sections. They contain the head and the body sections. And you can also notice that we have this lang en attribute. This lang is called attribute. Attributes are data that describe the tag. We can change the lang to fa for Farsi or Persian or du for Dutch. Another attribute that this HTML supports is dir or direction. It has values like LTR, which stands for left to right, and RTL or right to left. You know that some languages are written from right to left, like Persian, and many other languages are written from left to right, like English. And to see all the other attributes on Windows, you can press Control and space. On Mac, it's Command and space, and it will show the suggestion menu for you. Think of head as the brain of your web page. It doesn't hold anything that shows up on the page. Instead, it contains info about the page. Let's go through what's inside the head. At first, you can see these meta tags. These meta tags are metadata about our website. For example, first one says that character set or char set is UTF-8. This one just ensures that the text displays correctly. UTF-8 supports characters from most of the world's languages, including emojis and special symbols. Without this, some characters might show up as weird question marks. So don't worry about it, it's not important for now. Just know that UTF-8 is used inside the head. And then we have this meta about the viewport, and inside the content it says width is equal to device width and initial scale is 1.0. This line is super important for mobile. It tells the browser how to scale and size the page depending on the screen size. Without this line, our page might look zoomed out or broken on phones and tablets, so we should always include it. Next, we have this title tag and contains a text called document in this case. This is the title that shows up in the browser's tab and also in search engine results. So if I change it to something like Reza coding, you can see it changes on the tab. Well, we also have other tags for the head. When we start talking about CSS, we will get back to them. For now, let's talk about the body. This is the fun part, the body of the page. Everything you want to show up on the screen, headings, paragraph, images, buttons, go inside the body tag. This is where we will do most of our work when writing HTML. Now let's add some content. Let's look at a few basic elements that we can add inside the body. Now, let's add some basic tags here. It's good to know about the heading tags. Headings are tags that you should include headline or titles inside the heading tags. And we have H1, H2, H3, H4, all the way to H6. In this case, let's go ahead and add an H1 tag. With the VS Code, all you have to do is just type H1 and press enter. It will automatically create an H1 tag for you. Remember to use these headings to organize the content. For example, I have this H1 tag here and I create this H2 tag here. And you can see it has this opening tag. I'm going to type H1 tag for the H1 and H2 tag for the H2. And then I had this H3 tag. Note that I just duplicated down and just changed the 2 to 3. In VS Code, there's a good shortcut for this. For now, press Ctrl Z or Command Z to undo the changes. And then select the 2 and press Command D or Ctrl D. It will select similar words and activate multi-cursoring in VS Code. It's good to know about that. And just by pressing 3, you can see I just changed it all the places. There are a lot of shortcuts like this, and I'm going to introduce them to you as we go along the course. All right, so now we have this H3 tag. Another good feature of VS Code, which is good to know, is selection. If you click anywhere on the page, it will put the cursor there. If you double click on anything, it will highlight the word. So if I double click here, it will select the word. But if you triple click or click 3 times, it will highlight the whole line. So in this case, I'm going to click 3 times here and you can see it selects the whole line. All right, so it's a good time to talk about Prettier. Prettier was an extension that we installed in the previous sections. So here you can see we have Prettier installed in the Extensions tab. And to activate it, just press Command-Shift-P on Mac or Control-Shift-P on Windows, and it will open this command palette. In here, just search for Format Document With and press Enter. So it also has this autocomplete. And then if you installed Prettier, just select the Prettier code formatter. Beautiful. And as you saw, it formatted the document. And another good thing here to do is formatting on save. So every time you save your file, we need to format the document. Let me just show you how to do that. Down here, you can see the settings icon and you can see the shortcut for it. It's Command and comma on Mac and Control and comma on Windows. So this is the settings of the VS Code. You can see it opened the new tab. Inside the search bar, just search for Format on Save. And you can see this option here. And we're going to select that. And now if I hit save, you can see it just formatted my code. So this is called formatting. It puts everything in its place with the proper spacing. Let's change something here and add some extra spaces and then save the file to see what's going on. And beautiful. You can see it just formats the code. That's called formatting. I'm going to add H4, H5, and H6 here. Remember that H1, H2, and all the way to H6 tags are not about the size. It's about the importance. And we can change the sizes with CSS. So the H1 tag is going to be the most important tag. Let's open the DevTools and inspect this in the DevTools as well. Here you can see the H1 tag and H6 tag, and you can also see the spacing in between these headlines. So these are the default margins that are added inside CSS. That's the normal behavior of the browser. All right, just like headings that we have tag for heading, we also have a tag for normal text, which is called a paragraph. And the tag for that is P. So P tag is for normal text and paragraph. We can write anything we want inside the paragraph tag. I would say this is a paragraph tag. And you can see how it looks like inside the browser. The next tag that we're going to explore is break tag. Break tag is used to break the lines into multiple lines. The tag for that is called BR. All you have to do is just type BR and it will create a break tag. Right now, if I type here break, there's nothing on the browser. There's just an empty line here. But if I put it inside the paragraph tag, you can see it breaks the line into multiple lines. Note that break tag is one of those tags that don't have the closing tag, and you can make it a self-closing tag as well, meaning we can open and close it at the same line. We have other self-closing tags that we're going to explore, like images and inputs, and we're going to explore them later. All right, another tag that we're going to learn about is called horizontal rule, or HR. So HR tag creates a horizontal line. So it creates a visual break between sections. It's often used to divide content in a simple way. So let's add some HR tags in between headings here. And you can see there's a horizontal line in between the titles. And inside the DevTools, you can see how it looks like. It just creates a line with some space around it. Beautiful. The last topic that we're going to cover in this video is comments. Comments are super helpful. They don't show up on the page, but they let you leave notes for yourself and other developers. So let me go all the way up here and create a comment for you. And this is how it looks like. You can see I created the opening comment. It automatically created the closing section of it. So I write a message here. Thing here won't show up anywhere. You can see in the DevTools, as a comment, it is there, but there's nothing on the page. So comments, as indicate, are just comments for ourselves, those who write the code. And the shortcut for that is Control / or Command / on Mac. A very good way of removing stuff is commenting them out. So it's very useful. So sometimes you want to remove something, but you want to keep it for later. So you don't just go ahead and remove those lines. You just comment them out, just like this. You can see it is still there, but it won't show up on the page. It is very useful in the whole programming world. Alright, so now that we understand the basic structure of an HTML page and some essential elements to get started, try typing out this structure yourself and experiment by adding headings, paragraphs, maybe a few horizontal lines just for fun. In the next section, we're going to talk about text formatting and semantic HTML. And I will show you how to make your content more meaningful. Not just how it looks, but what it means to both the browser and users. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.